أهلا وسهلا بكم على قناة. اليوم سنقدم تصحيح الامتحان الوطني الموحد للبكالوريا الدورة العادية 2021 كل مسالك الشعب العلمية والتقنية. So let's start by read the text. The first step is to read the text and try to understand. The first question is choose the best answer. You have three possibilities: an invention for the visually impaired, B, a visually impaired Japanese woman, C, a famous robotics company in Japan. You need to return back to the text and try to read it again, then choose the best answer. Here is the best answer: an invention for the visually impaired. Now let's move to B. Answer these questions. هنحاول أن نجيب على الأسئلة. Question number 1. When did Chico first have the idea of the smart suitcase? You can return back to the text. Read the text again. Here is the answer: when she was pushing a suitcase in front of her during a business trip. Number 2. What will be Alpine's contribution to the design of the smart suitcase? The answer is will be responsible for tactic technology. Number 3. When will people be able to buy the smart suitcase? The answer is in 2022 or 2022. C. Fill in the chart with the right information from the text. You have the name of company, then contribution to design this smart suitcase. For example, IBM Japan, Artificial Intelligence, Shimizu, and Omron. The first one, or the number 2, the negative system. Number 3, image recognition and detection technologies or techniques. D. Are these statements true or false? Justify. You have number 1. Guide dogs help visually impaired people to move easily. True. Guide dogs to lead them around obstacles. Number 2. The smart suitcase will be able to recognize people coming towards its users. It is true. It will also notify users if friends approach. Number 3. Mitsubishi Motors technology will allow the smart suitcase to recognize images. It's false. It will be responsible for automotive technologies. Now let's move to E. Complete the following sentences with the information from the text. Having access to public service is a problem or a challenge for visually impaired people, or problematic. Number 2. The audio system will allow the smart suitcase to notify its users. Question F. Find in the text words that mean almost the same as. You have without any help, paragraph number 2. model, paragraph number 3, risk, paragraph number 4. Number 1, independently, without any help, independently بشكل مستقل. model, prototype, نوع أو model, you know it. risk, danger, خطر, danger. Now G, what do the underlined words in the text refer to? You have these ads and the device. These ads, paragraph number 2, the device, paragraph number 6. These ads means dogs and cans, guide. The device means this large suitcase. Now let's move to language. Fill in the gaps. The first one, A. Fill in the gaps with the correct words from the lists. You have the words, you have therefore, because, and whereas. The right answer is because. Brenda missed her class because she was taking part in a sports competition. Number 2, the vaccine which our laboratory has developed is effective. We use which because we are talking about the vaccine. Now B, give the correct form of the verbs in brackets. For example, here we have manage is the verb. Their business failed because of poor management and financial problems. So here they are words, the form of the words, not verbs, the form of the words between brackets, management. Now, number 2, Lord of the Rings is one of the most successful movies I have ever seen. C, fill in the blanks with the correct words from the list. You have joke, humor, amusement. All the guests appreciated Tom's sense of humor except for Karen. Number 2, scientists will keep on conducting research till they find a cure for cancer. You have keep on, log on, try on, so the right one is keep on. D, rewrite the sentences as indicated. You have the jury has interviewed with all the candidates online. So we start by all the candidates. All the candidates have been interviewed with online by the jury. Number 2, if I were you, I would buy a laptop instead of a tablet. Danny said. Danny advised his friend to buy that. So to buy a laptop instead of, or that he should buy a laptop instead of, or not to buy a tablet. There are different possibilities that you can use. Number 3, although Saida is from a poor background, she managed to pursue her higher education. In spite of her poor background, her poverty or being poor, or the fact that she was from a poor background, Saida managed to pursue her higher education. E, put the verbs in brackets in the correct tense. Here we have verbs, for example, serve. By the end of this year, Mrs. Simpson and the local council for 20 years. So the right answer is will have served. Next one, number 2, you have the verb work. While Anna worked on her language project, her brother was playing games. So the right is was working. Next one, match each expression to its appropriate functions. For example, you have expressions. Number one, why don't you try another job? Number two, I don't share the same view with you. 3. Can you give me more details about the topic? 4. What do you think of online learning and functions you have? Asking for opinion, making a request, disagreeing, making a suggestion, and complaining. So let's correct. Number 1. Why don't you try another job? It's making a suggestion. I don't share the same view with you is disagreeing. Can you give me more details about the topic? Making a request. What do you think of online learning? Complaining. Now let's go to G. Complete the following exchanges. For example, number 1, you have manager. I am afraid the report you sent me is full of mistakes. But, so for this kind of question, any answer that is appropriate is acceptable. يعني يمكن قبول أي جواب يعني مناسب لهذا السؤال. يعني هناك مجموعة كثيرة من الاحتمالات. The same for number 2, Sandy. My computer can't read PDF documents. What should I do? It's about advice. The same for the previous one. Now let's move to writing. Writing here, complete the following paragraph. You have a paragraph. Many tourists like to visit Morocco for different reasons. First, and so on. يمكننا أننا نكتب يعني the visit of a tourist to Morocco. كيفية تنقيط على مثل هذه الأسئلة تكون الشكل التالي. Relevance of content to the task. نقطتين تتعلق بعدم الخروج عن الموضوع. Appropriateness and variety of vocabulary. استعمال مجموعة من المصطلحات المرتبطة بالسؤال يتم التنقيط عليها بنقطة واحدة. احترام يعني قواعد النحو grammar and mechanics وكيفية التنقل من فكرة إلى فكرة. نقطة كذلك. So let's move to the next one. Next one, task 2. Modern technology has facilitated our lives in many ways. Write a short article for your school magazine about how modern technology has made your life easier. It is the same as the previous task, but here the relevance of the content to the task is 3 points. Appropriateness and variety of vocabulary 2 points. And grammar and mechanics 1 point. Okay. Good luck. Thank you. Try to follow our channel to get the new videos notification. Thank you for your attention.